What if I told you that some of my favorite makeup products for mature skin cost less than $15? As someone who usually loves luxury makeup, I was honestly surprised by how well these drugstore products performed. Today, I'm sharing the under $15 winners that have earned a permanent spot in my makeup routine. Hi friends, welcome back to Glow Up Over 50 with Kim. If you're new here, I share makeup, skincare, and beauty tips specifically for mature skin like mine. Today, I'm putting some affordable favorites to the test and showing you that you don't have to spend a fortune to look polished and feel confident. Now, especially for foundation, I always just assumed that we would have to pay luxury prices for our foundation. I never thought that I would find a drugstore foundation that would satisfy me. I just never did. It's just been ingrained in my mind. The higher you pay, the better product it's going to be, and the happier I'm going to be with it. But that is just simply not true, because I have been using e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. It's medium to buildable coverage. It doesn't settle into fine lines and wrinkles, and it's long lasting. I am really liking this. It gives a nice glow to my complexion when I put it on. Let me show you. I've just really been enjoying this product. I'm certainly not sponsored by them, but I usually use a brush. I prime the brush first, get the product nice and in there. I have moisturizer on my skin right now, and I also have a sunscreen, so my skin is prepped. So I just go right in, center of my face, and work my way out. This is also a pretty good shade for me, which helps. There's nothing worse than trying to see if you like a product and the shade is wrong. This is even I'm not even prepping my skin, like covering dark spots before I go in with my foundation. I'm not doing that today. And it's doing a pretty darn good job of covering those areas without me even spot checking them. Of course, we don't forget our ears and our neck. Medium coverage, I generally use a brush. I might go in with just a sponge just to make sure there's no excess product. Let's see. Okay, there's our first pass right here. Very nice and smooth, nothing cakey, still looks like my skin, breathable. Yeah, really like it. Let's build on it. Let's see what we can do. Okay, I'm putting about this much. Priming my brush again. All right, instead of going into the center, I'm pretty well covered there. I'm gonna go over here to some areas that may need some extra help. As I've been sharing, I have some melasma over here. Hopefully, in the next couple weeks, these spots will be a lot less evident. I have started on tretinoin. I went through the Amazon pharmacy and answered a bunch of questions, and a nurse practitioner worked with me to come up with a plan to help with the melasma and dark spots. So I will give an update very soon on how that tretinoin is working for me. Right now, I just started it last night, so I can't give a really good review. I can say I used a pea-size amount, like it said, and it hasn't broken me out. I thought maybe it would, maybe it will later on, but right now, after the first use, I don't have any itchiness, no burning. So my skin doesn't have some sort of aversion to it, which is good. Okay, so here is our second pass with our e.l.f. foundation. Very nice, still very skin-like. And look at this glow that I'm getting. That's the glam look right there. Loving this. Love, love, love. e.l.f.'s Soft Glam Foundation. Okay, our foundation is on. Let's move on to the NYX Wonder Stick. This is a highlighter on one side. Here is the shade right there. This is for light skin. And here is the contour. Has just the right amount of gray, in my opinion, for a good contour. So this is how I apply this product. Put like a crow's foot right there, go down my nose a little bit, high points of my cheeks, Cupid's bow, and a little bit here on my chin. All right, let me buff that out first. Buff, buff, buff. This is putting highlight in the highlighted points of our cheeks, chin, Cupid's bow, nose. It's really highlighting the center of our face and brings our cheekbones up just slightly, right? Okay, now let's go to the contour side, and we want to apply the contour in the hollow points of our cheeks. That's why people used to go like this. You don't have to do that. Right under your cheekbone, right under your jawline, your chin. I do right here. Let's see. Did I hit every, oh, perimeter of the forehead. All right. Now let's buff that out. I really, really enjoy this technique. I tend to have a rounder face. I've lost about 20 pounds recently, so it's not as round as it used to be, but it used to be pretty plump. So this technique really does kind of narrow my cheekbones out, my face out, gives a little bit more dimension to it. Really can't beat it for $15 or under. I believe it was $15, but if that's different, I will put it on the screen. Just take my pinky and rub that in a little bit. If you feel like you need a little bit more, you can go in with a sponge. This is a dry sponge. But this product is not looking muddy. It's just doing what it's intended to do, and that is contour. I would put this up against a Dior product any day. I would put this contour up against Tom Ford any day. Very good product. Very good. I have two e.l.f. camo concealers here. One is in light ivory and the other is fair warm. Let's go ahead, let's do the fair warm. I think I went a little light on the concealer. You're supposed to go 1 to 2 shades lighter underneath your eyes to brighten them. I think I may have gone a touch overboard. But let's see what this is going to do. Doe foot applicator. I'm just going to put a dot here, a dot there. Lift my eyes a little bit. This does dry down pretty quickly. It is a pretty hydrating formula, but it does dry down quickly. So I want to get in there and start manipulating it before it dries down, before I want it to. Very blendable. My favorite lately, as you know, if you've been watching my videos, has been Sarah Creel. Does it beat Sarah Creel? No. But hers is close to $30, if not over, and this one is what, $6 to $8? So there's a big difference. Am I seeing that big of a difference? No. new. I don't know if you can see that right there. Did give me a touch of patchiness right there. I did put some eye cream on right before I came on camera, so that could have something to do with that. But, all right. Not liking that. But like I said, I really do think it has something to do with the eye cream. What did I put? I put under my eyes the Olay Ultimate Eye Cream, which really smooths out any lines and wrinkles under your eyes, and it does depuff some, but I don't like what it did to my concealer. But let's move on. To set the eye, we will use the NYX Wonder Snatch. I almost said Lipton Snatch. That's another product we're going to be reviewing. But this is the Wonder Snatch. It is in cherry, so it is a pink formula. I love pink powders. I love the brightening effect again. So I'm just swirling that a little bit in. There was just some residual powder down here. I just swirled in my brush and tapped out. All right, this will set the under eye. I do really like this this powder. I do not think that you have to spend a lot of money for a good powder. And this is evident by this powder here. This is pretty good. I have also been using the e.l.f. Halo Glow powder. Before that, Huda Beauty, Givenchy, the heavy hitters. But again, what was this? Maybe 15, well, under 15 versus, I believe this is 55 or more. So big difference, right? Eyeshadow palette that I would like to use is by e.l.f. It's the Make It Ethereal palette. It has a number of mattes in there, a number of shimmers. I'm going to go into this shade right here for my transition. It's a tan with a little bit of peach, perhaps. Okay. Since I have hooded eyes, I should keep my eyes open. I forgot. Keep my eyes open to get above my crease. We with hooded eyes put our makeup above our crease because if we put it here and close our eyes, we're losing all of our real estate on our eye, and we're losing our eyeshadow. So to prevent that, we go above the eye so people can actually see our eyeshadow. We don't have to walk around with our eyes closed all day. My stomach is really growling. Are you hearing that? Oh my goodness. I did put a primer on my eye before I did this. I would recommend that for any eyeshadow that you use. There are some higher end eyeshadows that I just do not care for at all. One being Dior. I do not like Dior eyeshadows. I think they're patchy. I don't enjoy the payoff. This gives great payoff. No fallout. I don't have any fallout. No. Very blendable. Okay, let's go into the outer eye with this shade right there. And let's create some depth in the eye by putting a darker shade here in sort of like a V shape. So what is your favorite eyeshadow palette? All right, there we are, creating depth, deepening the eye. My eyeshadow look always looks a little rough because I really do save the majority of the blending until after. But it also looks rough because I normally do my eyeshadow first and then go in with my foundation. So I better not be as messy. Just kind of clean up the edges here. Don't be afraid to use your fingers. Is this a new technique for you? Or is this pretty old school for you? Let me know in the comments. Maybe it's something that people have been doing for a long time. All right, that should keep that eyeliner in place. We shouldn't have to do this in a no budge eyeliner, but all right. Now let's go back into the palette. I just closed it and do a topper shade. I'm going to use this one right here. Just going to use my finger. Oh, it's so pretty. I love this topper. So pretty. Okay. It's a NYX product. It is called the Buttermilk Blush. It is a pressed powder formula, but it acts like a cream on your skin. Let me get a better, I don't know if you can see that right there. This is Butter Sunset Sorbet, and it just is gorgeous, my friends. I go in and I tap it off. Go high on my cheekbones. This does not show, it does not overly emphasize my pores. Doesn't, or texture or anything. It just does what a blush is supposed to do. Give you color on your cheeks. Right? Let's see, this is not patchiness here. This is melasma that I am trying to get rid of. All of that is blended nicely. Beautiful, beautiful shade. Beautiful, beautiful formula. Another one that I really have been enjoying lately is this one. It is also a Buttermelt Blush and Feeling Butter. I've done a couple shorts on this. Gorgeous. Yeah, love it. All right, so our blush is on. Eyeshadow. Let's do eyebrows. Oh my word. Okay. Let's use the NYX Professional Makeup Micro Brow Pencil. Just to fill in my brows a little bit. Create my arch. Remember? If you'd like to learn how to get a perfect arch from your eyebrows, I will link that right here. Giving myself a little tail. Okay. NYX Professional Micro Brow Pencil. It works very well. Let's go into our NYX Lift and Snatch and create some feather-like strokes to mimic hairs, especially there in the front. And if I am using higher end products at this point, I always pull out NYX Lift and Snatch. Don't go a day without it. Here is the NYX Brow Glue Crazy Lift. And let me tell you, I was a huge skeptic, but not anymore. This stuff works. You just squeeze it to the top until some goes across these little bristles here. And then I just start raising the front end of my eyebrow. Other products that I have tried are the e.l.f. Brow Gel. I use, this has the right amount of hold where it's strong, but it doesn't make my brows crispy. I don't like that hard as a rock, you know, my eyebrows are gonna break kind of look. A 45-degree angle on my brows in the front. Straight up, you look angry, or I do at least. See the difference? It just dries down beautifully. It doesn't cause those little waxy balls to accumulate on your eyes. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about there, but nice, 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 y'all. For eyelashes, so I will first put 2 small lashes on the outer parts of my eyes, and then I will be right back with you to try out Maybelline's, what is this, Sky High mascara. Okay, now the eyelashes are on. Let's do the Maybelline Sky High mascara. This is in brown. I normally do not spend a lot of money on mascaras. I do not see a huge difference between high-end and drugstore. I just don't. I just don't see a huge difference. I don't see a huge difference when I use primer on my eyelashes. Oops, under eye. There are our eyelashes. Now to lips. I'm going to use a lip pencil by e.l.f. It is a cream glide lip liner in Truth or Bare. Overline just a touch of the Cupid's bow. And on top, slightly. Then with the line, and go outside the line here. There. Creates a fuller, more poutier lip. All right, there's our lip liner. I'm going to use L'Oreal's Peach Fuzz. Beautiful shade right here. Just glides on like butter. Okay, let's powder down, and I'm going to go back to the NYX Wonder Snatch here for that. I'm going to put just a touch in the palm of my hand and use a triangular powder puff. Get in there and tap it off some T-zone. Around my nose, this is where I get the oiliest. And I give myself another little facelift right here, the sides of my cheeks, because this is again a brightening powder. So I use it to really pull pull up and give angle to my face. Give an angle. And there we have it. We will finish off this bad boy. I thought I was going to make it through a whole show without saying bad boy, but I didn't. We are going to set it with e.l.f.'s Makeup Mist and Set. It really comes out pretty fire hose, but it does keep my makeup on. And there you have it, folks. All products for $15 or less from the drugstore, and still made us look like $1 million. For the longest time, I thought I had to reach for luxury products to get the results I really wanted. But today's makeup look is a great reminder that sometimes the best products are sitting right there at the drugstore. These affordable finds didn't just save me money, they made me feel more confident, more refreshed, and I feel more beautiful. So let me know in the comments which products you would try first, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.